As we look at 18, I think there are two very important market drivers we're going to see. The first is a real reduction in total cost of ownership. And this is something that's been bubbling for the last couple of years, but I think 18 will be the year the market demands for substantial reduction. And when you look at what they mean by total cost of ownership, it's really the number of people, or the investigators, that people or institutions have added over the last several years. In fact, many of them, the top organizations, have doubled the number of compliance people they've had in the last 3 to 5 years. So TCO is a big driver, especially people. And the second one I would classify as overall effectiveness of the solutions. I mean, honestly, there have been a lot of solutions put out in the market over the last several years, and many of them aren't living up to their expectations or promise. So the market is demanding solutions that really do the job at every level. The ability to more quickly and efficiently bring data into the system, mine that data, create detection and models that have better coverage and accuracy, and improvement of the whole user experience, reducing the number of interactions, and as well as making it much easier. Well, at Actimize, we really take being a partner very seriously with our customers. And to us, a partner means someone who is committed to adding value every year, not just in 2018, but in every year. And to do that right, your solutions have to be really built on a platform. So fortunately, Actimize has built a platform approach to this problem in the market, financial crime and compliance. And as a result, when new technologies become available, we don't have to layer them on, but we actually can integrate them in a very tight and industrial way. So things like adding machine learning, which everyone's talking about, is something we're going to be doing in a very big way across the entire application. And the machine learning will improve both the detection and the coverage, but it'll also be used to improve the, let's say, the workflows, to eliminate user interactions and create a substantial amount of efficiency. First of all, we're very thankful and we take nothing for granted. But to me, when I mention we're a partner rather than a vendor, means that we have an obligation to look where the market's going, to kind of look around the corner and anticipate and help our customers along the way. And I think as a good example of that, we recently announced something called Autonomous Financial Crime Management. And this is a real change in the way people look at the business. As I mentioned before, we have lots of new technologies, and honestly, people are just layering them on. And when you layer on new technologies and capabilities, eventually you get to diminishing return. So what's time for now is a complete paradigm shift. So as we have seen with the auto, where you get many new features that help drivers drive an auto, eventually it shifted and now we have self-driving vehicles. This is what autonomous financial crime management is. We're shifting it where people were assisted by the machine, and now the machine will be assisted by people. So this ability to kind of see around the corners, see where the market's going, and really stay ahead of the curve is, I think, one of the major reasons of our RiskTech ranking. Well, consistent and in support of the autonomous financial crime management, we're adding and have added something called Actimize Watch, which is automated model tuning in the cloud. So customers are able to give us their data, we'll put it in the cloud and either combine it with consortium data or just their data using machine learning, and by the way, this is deep learning, which is a part of machine learning, to get the insights out of that data, update and actually create new models, and then ship that back to our clients. And that'll be done on a periodic basis. So what was otherwise taking weeks and months to create models will really literally be days and weeks. So that's one. Well, we've also introduced a cloud offering called A, B, and C, Anti-Bribery and Corruption. And we're putting very significant machine learning models for AML as well as fraud in support of open banking. But the thing I think I'm most excited about is our machine learning models, is what I call machine learning models with windows. Because the risk you have with the machine learning model is it's a black box. You don't know really the decisions it's making and why. And I can tell you the regulators will be all over that. So we're one step ahead of that. So our machine learning models will will have windows where you can see the decisions it's making and why, and have full documentation. So that's some of the goodies we're going to be putting out in 2018.